important, and it is your effort and what you do to promote education and equity for women and girls, and what you have done for generations to do that. You're pioneers. We are grateful, and we stand on your shoulders in trying to make sure that we do the right thing. No one does it better than AAUW. No one. You know, Lisa and I were wandering through the building, and she took me over to see the place where the League of Women Voters, got their start and so forth. And when you think about the history and where we've come and what's been done, and it really is proud, and we stand tall in thinking about the kinds of rights and the kinds of opportunities that have been made available, and we need to continue to do that, and that's what you're about. It's not about the past, it's not about the present, it's about the future, and where women of all ages are going in the future. Thank you to Linda Hallman, to Barbara O'Connor, to Ruth Sweetser, and women of great vision. You got women of great vision whose leadership and whose tenacity have made AAUW an indispensable force in shaping the debates that we care about so strongly. And, I love what I do. I have a great job because I get to meet great people. And I've had the opportunity let me talk about Lisa Matz here. My friends, this is a brilliant strategy. Ringleader. You should know that. She is a tireless advocate. She is indefatigable, and she's unflappable. She keeps her eye and the focus straight ahead and knowing where we're going. I count on her. And she talked about my staff, and I have a great staff. My staff counts on her, and I know all of you count on her for what she is doing and for her leadership. It is a special treat for me to be here with one of my heroines of all time, and that is Lilly Ledbetter. I am always humbled in Lilly Ledbetter's presence, and I say that with a lot of emotion, because what she did to raise the issue of pay equity or national discourse is remarkable. And at this stage, she isn't going to get the benefit of what a Paycheck Fairness bill, when the president signed that bill, could have done, and the justice it could have done. But she stands there day in and day out, and as I said every time we're together, that Lilly, you are the wind beneath our wings. You help to make us soar. You really do. It's a poignant moment, Brenda, and I don't know if Lilly talked about it, but when she walked out on that platform at the White House with the President of the United States, there wasn't a dry eye in the place, knowing what she had been through. So, to be in your presence again today, it's a treat. I didn't know it. It's a great surprise. But, I want to say about the lobbying effort that has been underway here. Don't ever underestimate Lisa's Capitol Hill lobby corps. Women show up at your office all times of the day and gently but astutely ask members to co-sponsor bills. Their work really has, in all seriousness, been so critical to moving an agenda for women and girls forward in Washington. And if your bill makes it to the lobby corps list, you know that you are capable, and you are in capable and in effective hands. In essence, you're in your mother's arms. You really are. You are in your mother's arms, because the co-sponsorship will build. And then, of course, the leadership takes the legislation seriously when they see a number of co-sponsors. I'll give you a case in point. I was in a leadership meeting A year ago, you lose track of time, and that's only about 8 or 9 people. And I won't mention the names of the people in the room, but I asked, when you talk about the calendar, when is the Paycheck Fairness bill coming up? When is the Paycheck Fairness bill coming up? It's like I'm a bad toothache here, And so someone stood up and said, well, when you get 218 co-sponsors on the bill, we'll think about taking the bill up. Don't challenge me like that. Don't do that. We went out, and with the Corps' help here, with Lisa, and we got 224 co-sponsors on that bill. I'm going to say this here. My mother would be very unhappy if she heard me do this in this crowd, but I'm going to do this anyway. A very good friend who at that time was in the leadership, he now is chief of staff for the President of the United States. That's Rahm Emanuel, who is a close friend for 30 years. I know him a very long time. When I came back with the 224, he said, and pardon me, he says, don't get the bitch mad. He said, don't get her mad. So, but it tells you what the Corps does. They help us to get the co-sponsorship. The leadership takes the legislation seriously. We get a hearing. You move it through committee. It gets to the floor of the House of Representatives. You get a vote, and you get it passed in the House. That is the trajectory here. And you are so effective because you have a presence in every single state. That's critical. That is really critical. I also have to acknowledge Connecticut. Where are you? Woo! Oh my God, look at the size of that crowd. It's great. I'm really proud to work with you, and keep up the good work, and we'll meet back in Connecticut, in New Haven. And to everyone who is here today from across the country, thank you for waging the battle every single day. You are on the front lines, and we can't thank you enough for the energy that you give to all of us to help to try to make things happen. We meet today at a pivotal point. Our nation faces an economic crisis greater than any since the Great Depression. Families across the nation have been hit hard by rising healthcare costs, declining home values, an unemployment rate at 9.4%, and a financial market that is turned upside down. This is our context. This is the world we are living in. Yet even before the downturn, we had begun to see serious signs of stagnation for working women. Women's median pay, the point where half make more, half make less, had fallen in recent years to $14.84 an hour in 2007 from $15.04 in 2004. And this is according to the Economic Policy Institute. The similar wage for men today is $2 more. Now, with 3 out of 4 jobs lost during this recession being men's jobs, women find themselves with greater pressure to support their families nationwide. And so women feel the effects of this faltering economy with particular force and particular poignancy. A recent report by the Joint Economic Committee found that working women have been laid off as well, and they've been laid off in growing numbers over the course of the current recession. Since August 2008, women's job losses have accelerated, especially steep for female heads of household, mothers who are solely responsible for maintaining their family's economic security.